Today I'm going to take a moment to re-talk about some mental health issues. I realise I've not talked about mental health for a while, but that really was the primary reason I wanted to set up the channel in the first place. Okay, let's dive in quickly. We're back on lockdown in the UK. It's not really the best time to be having potential mental health issues. There's a lot going on, there's a lot not going on. For me personally, I'm a little bit indifferent at the moment. I've gone back to work, always a bonus, gives me a bit of routine that I can move forward with. But they've closed the golf courses, as you all know. That's really not helped. The golf courses were possibly the one thing I could look forward to at the end of a good week of work. And it's something to look forward to and just enjoy myself and just really let go. Now they've been closed, it's not so good. I may have mentioned before, I'm no longer receiving treatment from the IAP service, but I haven't taken away all access. I currently still receiving phone calls from occupational therapy at my workplace, and you'll be surprised how many companies out there have access to an occupational therapy service, which includes mental health. It's one of those things that the companies do want to look after you. You may not feel like they do, but they do. You may feel like you're a number, you're just there to make money for them. And technically, yes, you are. But they are there to look after you as well. I currently receive a phone call from them every 2 months or so. Really just like a sort of touching base, calling to check in, see how you're getting on, and any developments in your own personal progression. Just things like that, really, which is really nice, to be fair. It also helps as well having someone who, personally, I've never met, because it's only ever been by the phone. But because I've never met them, I don't feel like I'm burdening them with any of my issues, which I do still have, obviously. Mental health, there's never a cure, in my opinion. There's always a constant way of treatment. As long as you find that balance of treatment that works for you, you're going to see the most progression from yourself. And you'll find that those rough days aren't that many anymore. There's another thing coming just around the corner as well, which sends dread into many people, and that's Christmas. I know, middle of November, what am I doing talking about Christmas? Well, really, it's the entire season. The mornings are darker, the sun sets a lot earlier, and I'm spending very little time in the genuine sunshine. My shift starts at 6 a.m. So because of that, I don't see the sun in the morning. When I leave work at about 3:15, 3:20, it's already most of the way down. So I'm not getting any sun. By the time I drive home, maybe pick up something from the shop, get home, that's it, the sun's already gone. And that can really have a detrimental impact, personally, on the mental health. It just feels like you're just running through the darkness. Darkness isn't really a place that a lot of people feel comfortable. Not only does Christmas throw up the dark weather and the dark nights, it also can sting a little bit for those people who are on their own. They may not have the family to reach out to, or may have not a fantastic relationship with the family that they can reach out to. So they can feel a lot more isolated, especially when the media, the TV and things like that are all talking about family time this and getting together. And if you're on lockdown when your only chance you had was with your friends, and then the government, admittedly for a very well-meaning reason, has taken that option away, it can really leave you feeling socially isolated. And I can wholly believe that in the run up to Christmas and over Christmas itself, that the suicide rates do increase quite significantly. That should never be an option. Please, that should never be an option. If you think there could be someone potentially affected by this, remember, just reach out to help out. That's all you need to do during these times. I'm not a massive fan of the Christmas period myself. It's just a personal preference. it just brings up a lot of old feelings and memories back from when I was a kid. My parents split up when I was 3, and so I always had like a Christmas day with my mum and a Boxing Day with my dad. But invariably there was usually some sort of argument. Well, not argument, that's not quite right, but there was never really like, it was always our family and their family, or this family and that family, which personally I don't agree with. And going through this Christmas period really brings back those memories. They're not the most comfortable. I mean, I'm trying to move forward myself. I mean, I've got my own kids, got 2 fantastic kids, and seeing the joy of Christmas in their faces is just unbelievable. But I still have that little nagging feeling in the back of my mind, and I never feel wholly comfortable and I can dive fully into the whole festive tradition. Over the last couple of years though, I have actually got better, and in all honesty, since reaching out for help through the NHS this year, and I'm now obviously still on my medication, I'm actually feeling a lot more excited, ready for Christmas. My kids are a bit older, my son is now 3, so he's really looking forward to Christmas, which I can't wait for. My daughter, she's on that cusp now where she's starting to non-believe. So I really, really want to make a massive effort this year to make this a very memorable Christmas, not only for them, but for myself. Really try and recapture that Christmas spirit. Same goes through the New Year's period as well. Everyone likes to think of a new beginning and a new transition. This year, please make one bit of difference with your friends. Reach out. It doesn't have to be every day, it doesn't have to be every week. Make sure your friends know, and your family who potentially maybe feel a little bit more enclosed and don't really spread out into your own family personally. Make sure they're included, because we don't want no man left behind, obviously all women, but we don't want to leave anyone behind. The whole human race needs to move forward, progress, and we can only do that together. Same thing goes to apply, looking after your kids as well. At the moment, my kids' school has currently been closed down for a 2-week period due to a potential COVID issue. So they're being put into self-isolation. So they can't leave the house, they can only do the learning at home. So make sure you keep an eye on your kids as well. You don't want them to bottle up any feelings that they may potentially have. You want them to express them and feel comfortable with us as parents as well. So if they can feel comfortable talking to us about these issues now, it will not be such of an issue and a stigma in a couple of years' time when they're potentially going through puberty or any other issues when they're older. They'll always have an outlet, and that could be you. Thanks for joining me. I know it's a bit preachy in times, but I really want to get this message out there as well. So, thank you very much again, and I'll see you on the first tee.